Good evening, Jay here with Mobile Home Partners doing another video for you, answering a few questions that I'm getting. Great question came in to me today, and it said, how much is it too much to rehab a property? That is a great question, but not a straight answer that I can give you, and I explain because that depends on the investor. Okay, and by that I mean, let's take it this I'm going to be showing you a few pictures on this as an example, but one thing that you have to ask yourself along with the exit strategy obviously is how much work is this property going to take, how much labor, how much material, how long am I going to hold on to it? Okay, all these things start to add up, and you should have clear numbers or great estimates on such, right? Now, if you're a beginning investor, you definitely want to question yourself, is this a project? This example here, this picture here we have, is this a project that I can take on and successfully come through? Okay, a lot of variables and something like that, so you need to keep that in mind. But here in this picture, you're looking at a 1975 single wide, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Very solid, by the way. I keep telling people that is 1970s models and early 80s. Those things are solid. I'm talking from roofs, floorings, wall. It's just a solid box. So I just wanted to toss that out there. Some mid-90s I see there are just weak. They got the particle board for flooring, etc. But nothing against one or the other. Just want to toss that out there. But so take an example of this, and I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see. So when you come in, you're doing part of this. One thing you keep in mind, again, if you're just starting out, you may not know this, but as you can see, obviously you got water damage here. Now, even though this wall you see back here doesn't really look so bad, you got to understand that if the water's been coming through here for X amount of time, behind this wall looks very much like what you're seeing here or worse. Insulation, that is gone. Anything behind this, it is empty. So keep that in mind, and the reason I point that out is similar to the flooring here. Yes, there's no door here. It's been leaking in. The wood shockingly was very solid, but still there's damages. We had to replace this flooring, put new vinyl, of course, etc. But I want you to keep in mind surprises. Those will come. And when you're investing in a property this antique, though you can do a beautiful project on and have it back up and running, understand that when you start digging through these walls, this floor, these ceiling, etc., you're going to have that oh my gosh moments. Oh my gosh moments just means more out of pocket, right? It's more damage that you have to fix. And even though this flooring here may look solid, what is under it? I don't know, unless you know exactly, or to good standard amount. Understand that it's an expense. Okay, so just keep that in mind. To answer that question, I think it depends on the investor. How much time will they want to put into it, along with labor, material, etc. Okay, it all boils down to that. And if you don't know how to calculate that, you're new investor coming into a property like this, you better have a handyman or contractor with you. One that you can trust, or one that somebody's worked with and can give you a clear estimate on some of this, or at least a good estimate, right? So let me go through a few other pictures. Here's another one, and this one is huge. Okay, I think everybody knows what this is, breaker box. Now obviously we're down to one of them. There's only one left behind. So when you think of investing in a mobile home, one of the big expenses that you're going to run into is plumbing. Plumbing can add up pretty good. When you start getting into some of these older homes, some don't even have PVC, so you're swapping into a whole lot of things to come. It can add up. Flooring, lumber, it just keeps going up. It seems like the prices just keep climbing, so that adds up very quickly. But this here, this doesn't add up to this, duplicates. And the reason for it is, as you can see, you're not only missing all the breakers, but one, where's all the wires? There is no wires here whatsoever. And the reason behind it is that obviously this has been tampered with. Somebody got in, pulled these wires, sold the copper maliciously. I don't know. I don't care. Bottom line is that you got yourself an expense. You got yourself an expense here that you need to make sure you get a contractor, a licensed contractor that can come in here. Now, handyman may be able to tell you, but understand that for a job like this, to rewire a home, you're probably going to need a licensed contractor, right? So again, adding up these bills, what would it cost for the material? What will it cost for the labor itself? Okay, well, I need a permit. Is there an inspection afterwards? Okay, all these things you need to know prior to saying, I'll take this project on, right? Let me get back in here. Next picture. Some of this here, I see this a lot with some investors. Now this property was a bit distress. As you can see, the walls here are pulled out, the insulations come down. It had water damage. The floorings you can't see as much, but it had some flooring damage as well. So doing a thorough inspection, thorough review is it's a must. Still, don't rush this project. The more you do it, the quicker you're gonna be able to come in and look. And I mean, from the second I walk into any property, I'm not only thinking damage wise, but I'm already thinking how I'm going to replace this. How will I rehab this in comparison when it stands? And you will get to that point. But starting out, walk it thoroughly. Check the whole floor. Make sure there are no soft spots. If there is, try to see how much the damage is. Look up at the ceiling. Make sure that you don't see any bubble, mold spots, etc. If you can get on top of the roof, want to check that out as well. Next picture. This one here is, I like this picture because this is we didn't buy this home here, but this is a home that, yes, I would have otherwise, if it didn't have to be moved, I would have bought immediately. Why? This here may scare a lot of people, but when I look at this here, I look at this half done and cleaned up for me. I don't have to come in here and tear the carpet. I don't have to come in and tear these walls that were bad, damaged, etc. They've already done this for me. This here is put it together kind of project for me. I'm okay with that. Okay, I can see that this floor is obviously brand new, beautiful. I like it. Get rid of that soft spot stuff and give me some real wood in here, right? So I can walk on. So something like this, still there's a bill. You need to add it up. How many sheetrock sheets, or depends on what kind of walling you like to go with, insulation, etc. Just add these bills. But this here, I love it. I like this. This is clean. Let's put this back together and let's get it going. Okay, this is a good example of something that looks worse than it actually is, and a lot of investors will come in, get that cat pee, dog pee smell, and that's not happening, and that's fine. That's part of it. But one thing that a lot of investors don't see is, and you need to start seeing things with your mind as to what the investment will be versus your heart. You're not into this mobile home investing to love on these homes, okay? Unless you love mobile homes, that's fine. But when you look at this here, you see a giant mess and all kinds of damages. You know what I see? I see a cleanup job. I see about $500 worth max, and we're out of here. The walls might need to be touched up here and there if there's any little holes or not, but this home here was solid. It simply was a tenant, wasn't happy, had to be evicted, and here's the results. And that's fine. Again, that's part of it. But there were no damages, and something like this, you should have no reason why you can't invest in this. I mean, clean it up. That's all it needed. Okay, so try to learn and inspect and know what is needed and what is not. I would say walk away from this one. As nice as this mid-80s model is, and 3-bedroom 2-bath, your typical perfect home to me. Those are my favorite, by the way. 3-bedroom 2-bath. Okay, but this one, nature wasn't very loving to it and took it out. Okay, something like this, I would say, unless you're basically getting it for free, you got a bit of damage going on here. Not to mention, a tree falls onto this home here, obviously makes all kinds of damages. This whole area will have to be reconstructed, both inside, outside, everywhere. But what kind of damage did that do to the actual structure of it too? Maybe, I don't know. You never know on something like this. Definitely, I would want to make sure that it is strapped still like it's supposed to be. It's there's just a lot of variables here. I myself, it's hard to say because it can be brought back up. That's the beauty of mobile homes. It's almost like you can take this this can and bring it back up. So, but if you're a new investor, get away from it. This is not where you begin. Okay, a new investor, let me go ahead and get into that a little bit. A new investor needs to find something with the easiest to do possible and stick with that until you get better. Okay, so this one here, I would say let's leave it alone. Okay, I'll go on to this one. I do have a pre and post on this one. So this is a home that I bought in this condition, as a matter of fact. Okay, there were the investor prior to myself. He had come in and he had most of the material in this 3-bedroom 2-bath single wide. It was some early 90s, I think, maybe. And basically he was fed up with the lot rent. He was working too slow. He had no help, and bills were adding up, and time to go. I came in, I invested in this property, and I got my crew in there quickly, and we were able to rehab the whole property. I think within like 20 days we had it up and going. But Bottom line is, again, this is something that might scare a lot of investors new coming. Again, this is a cleanup job right here. Not only do you have material, but there's not a whole lot to get rid of. Everything is gone. What was damaged, it's done been thrown away. This same house here, this is the kitchen right here. This was our finished product. Okay, we had obviously, there were no cabinets, no nothing. We did have to buy a lot of that, but once we were done, I mean, as you can see, the property checked out. Beautiful job. This is actual the wood that you can put together. We did the whole living room, kitchen, living room slash. I know you can't see the whole picture, but it goes all the way to the other side, and this is basically what it looked like. So, starting from that, and just putting it together. But again, the biggest thing is, make sure that the deal makes sense. Okay, let me get into ARV real quick for a second, so maybe this makes better sense. Okay, when you're thinking on any mobile home investment, is what is the after repair value? What will this home sell? What is a home like this fixed up after repair value selling for in this market, right? So let me get into that. 15,000, let's just say, easy numbers, 15,000. Okay, so now we can start subtracting. So if I can get 15,000 for this home, how much can I pay for it? How much can I put into it? And how much will it be profitable that makes sense for me? Okay, if this home can sell for 15,000 in this market, okay, buying it for 10,000 and putting 5,000, that's not going to work. Simple math, right? So it has to make sense. This home here actually ended up selling for a little bit over 20,000. We had a total of around 5,600, I think is what it came down to. So right under 6,000, all exclusive, 6,000, and we sold for a little over 20,000. I remember it was a finance, it was an RTO. So as you can see, those numbers check out, and that's what you want, right? Because again, when you're doing RTOs, I'm getting a little too ahead of myself here. Now we're getting into numbers, but I like talking numbers. Numbers got to make sense. But bottom line is, invest wisely. Okay, take your time. Now, don't be holding yourself back either. Just know that it makes sense and go with it. I hope I answer that to the best of my ability. As always, I love making these videos. Keep those questions coming, right? I check our email every day and make sure and try to answer all the questions. We are doing a lot more Zoom videos. A lot more of these recordings go directly in all of our social media. You can find them directly at mobilehomepartner.com. Got all the links: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Give us a call. I'm always available. 770-855-1298. My email directly, the letter J, GARCIA at mobilehomepartner.com. Be sure to hit the like if you like these videos, and keep them coming. Definitely hit subscribe. Don't want you to miss out on any. We do plan on duplicating these videos, making a lot more to come. And stay tuned. All right, till next time, thank you for watching.